Still got a few more to go.
You said them lights would be ready for our party.
They will be, don't worry. I'm not going to switch them on until it starts to get dark.
Who's going to do it?
Ah, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? Let's just say it's someone very special.
Hey, you made a right good job of decorating Village Hall. Fair takes me back.
Now, I hope you're all getting dressed up for tonight.
Nah, don't worry, we've got us gas masks already.
It'll be best known wedding Emmerdale's ever seen.
Better than the Tates.
Oh, that's only going to be a small do, isn't it? I don't think they're inviting many people.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Kim was throwing around invitations like confetti yesterday.
We ain't had one.
Us neither.
Well, perhaps they're on their way.
Well, if they're not, they better not take much at our do. That's all I can say.
Where's it gone?
Back where it came from. I had it removed this morning. And I'm going to pack all Chris's things.
Isn't all this a bit hasty?
Chris has moved out, hasn't he? So his things can go with him.
Dismantling a chairlift isn't like packing a suitcase. That thing costs money.
I had to do it, Frank. It's bad enough living here on my own without all these reminders around me. Getting rid of things is the only way I can cope.
Here you are. It's an invitation to our wedding. We've addressed it to just you under the circumstances.
Thanks. What about Rachel?
Don't worry. She's not invited.
Good. Because if she's going to be there, you can count me out.
Where is everybody?
I think they're saving themselves for Seth and Betty's do. It's a good job I've got the catering concession for that. It's going to be even quieter in here. No, tonight when they're all up there.
Well, I won't be getting Seth and Betty's. All the Tates do haven't been invited.
Oh. Well, I knew there was no love lost between you and the Tates, but and Seth and Betty are having open house. You sure you haven't made a mistake?
No, I don't suppose so. Not exactly popular around here.
Well, I can't think why. You've been a very good friend to me.
Yes, well, talking about friendship, I had something for you. Should keep the vat man quiet. Want to count it?
No, there's no need for that. Was it all in cash?
Yeah, well, it's the best way, I think. Saves complications. Now, I know you want to keep everything business-like, so I've had a lawyer draw this up. Hope you don't mind.
What is it?
Just what we agreed. I'd lend you the money against the security all back. I can leave it with you if you want to. Read it through at your leisure.
No, there's no need for that. As I say, you're a good friend.
Right. Sign on the dotted line. There, and there.
Come in.
Hi. Hi. I thought you'd still be at work.
I just came down to see how Chris was.
As a matter of fact, this is a business visit.
About our wedding.
Oh, yeah? I just want to make sure that you are still on course to be my best man. And why shouldn't I be?
Well, a lot of things have changed since Frank originally asked you.
This sounds like take business. I'll leave it to you.
No, you won't. Stay here. There's only one thing that's changed as far as I can see, and that's that I'm getting out of a bad marriage and into a good relationship with Rachel.
We're not trying to change your mind, Chris. We're trying to make sure that there's no trouble at our wedding.
Kathy will be there.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'm not sure you do. If I come to the wedding, Rachel comes.
That might be difficult.
There's no need to insist.
Oh, yes, there is. What you've got to understand is that Rachel and I are permanent. There's no going back now.
What do you mean now?
This isn't the way to tell them.
I love Rachel, and she loves me. And I want to marry her.
There's time enough for that.
No, there isn't. Rachel's expecting my baby. And I hope you'll be as happy about that as we are.
Hang about, we're nearly there.
This is not going to take too long. I'm supposed to meet the band for a rehearsal in the hall in a minute. I'll come with you.
Right, I think that's it.
You mean we're ready?
Of course we're ready.
Well, how can we be? There's no one to switch them on. You said you were going to get a special guest to do it.
And I have. Jessica?
Oh, look who it is.
Now, there's one slight problem. Samson might need a bit of human help. His hooves aren't all they should be. Mrs. Eggleton, would you help him do the honours? Well, it's your big day, isn't it?
And afterwards, you're all welcome back across the road to have a complimentary drink with me.
Oh, right. I think we'll all agree that Vic here has done a right good job with these lights. So, it gives me great pleasure to launch these lights and to wish a happy Christmas to one and all. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Do I do it now?
Yes, do it now.
Right. Oh.
Well done, Vic. Well done.
What's that? What have you done?
This fuse don't leak, it's village.
Never mind, eh? I've got plenty of candles in stock.
Was it something I did?
I don't know. I don't think it's just us. No, it'll be some kids messing about.
Well, perhaps it's not a convenient time.
Oh, it's all right. Come on in. Found some candles. Expect his lady come to see.
Yeah, that's right. In private?
If it's about what I think it's about, it's no secret round here. If you're asking if my daughter can come back to work for you again, you can forget it.
I've not come about that. The senior partner in my firm says there have been some complaints about me, and I want to know if you've got anything to do with it.
What sort of complaints?
About my private life.
Wow, you wouldn't, would you?
If I had, it'd be no more than she deserved.
How dare you say that? Isn't it enough you try and ruin your daughter's life without trying to ruin mine as well?
I'm trying to protect Linda.
Trying to control her, more like. I've not done her any harm. I've just tried to encourage her to better herself.
Are you saying we're not good enough for her? Because if we're not, lady, you're not good enough for us. Get out of my house. And don't come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome your host and hostess?
Oh, go on. There's no need for that.
Why not? You're all very welcome. And we hope a good time is had by all.
Well, what do you think?
Terrific. Now I know why men go for women in uniform.
OK, see you later. Come on, cheer up. It's a party.
I know.
You don't look like a man that's had good news. About becoming a grandfather?
No. Well, it's what Chris wants.
The McAllisters aren't here.
There's plenty of time.
No, there isn't, Kim. We're starting.
Welcome. Look who's here.
Oh, lovely to
Hiya.
see you. Lovely.
Throwing it in my face, is he? He'll come here, but not to my wedding. This is not the time or the place.
Keep smiling, Frank.
Better late than never.
Looks like everyone's having a good time.
Some folk might have a good party.
Even if it isn't really a wedding.
Secret's inviting right people.
Dad and Kim's wedding will be a good do too.
Yeah, Chris is going to be the best man.
Is he?
Well, it's an important day, isn't it? Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there.
You mean Chris will come, but you won't?
Well, we thought it'd be easier all ways round. And we don't want any trouble on the wedding day, do we?
Thanks, son.
Thank you, Rachel.
Well, that's all right then, isn't it?
Here you are, Betty. It's an invitation to our wedding.
For us?
Of course. We couldn't miss you out, could we? Even if you're not really a married couple.
Oh.
How could you?
Don't go.
What's the point?
Can't just let her go. She's my girlfriend.
Is she? Hiya.
Hi.
Have a good time.
Great.
Good. Off to bed with you now. I was just checking on Victoria.
Oh, she's all right, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. I just couldn't wait to get back to see her. I hope she's going to be all right with the childminder when I start work.
When you start work, you've got the job.
Yeah. I got the job. They asked us to wait and told us on the spot.
That's great.
They want me to start as soon as possible. The professor's been without an assistant for quite some time now, and there's already a backlog of work.
Sarah Sugden, working woman. Congratulations.
Are you sure you're pleased, Jack?
Yeah, of course I am. Why shouldn't I be?
Where's Dolores?
She went home.
Why?
Don't ask.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss.
Don't you think you've had enough, Mr. Turner?
No, I'm all right.
Look, why don't you go home? We can finish off here.
There's no need. The party's still going on.
Well, when you do go, we'll be coming with you. Otherwise, you'll be losing that lot.
No, I can't afford to. I can't afford that. I owe every penny to Eric Pollard, you see.
Why do you owe him?
He's my guardian angel. I couldn't have managed without him.
It's the first good word I've ever heard said about Eric Pollard.
Well, you'll never hear a bad word about Eric from me. Never. Oh, how did I get in this mess? How am I going to get out of it?
Must be an early Christmas present from Dad.
Oh, aren't they wonderful?
He's getting senile. Why would anyone fork out to have flowers delivered to their own house? Why fork out for flowers, full stop?
Honestly, Luke, haven't you heard of romance? No wonder your love life's in such a mess.
Just wish you'd throw some of that money in my direction.
What's going on?
Are you going to be all right the night before in a hotel?
Of course. Not that I'm superstitious, but there's no way am I going to clap eyes on my intended. As much as I'd like to. It's all organised. Chris is going to look after me.
Good.
It's a pity that Kathy can't be with him. At least she'll be able to come now that he's back down over Rachel.
I think Chris and Kathy saw each other the night before they got married.
Who knows why relationships break down?
Or get mended.
Frank Tate. Oh, yeah, good. Look, I'll come over. Yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye. What?
Well, the phone, who was it?
No one.
Frank?
Nothing. You just open your post. I'm going to nip out for a bit. Have you decided who's going to give you away?
Yep.
Well?
You're not the only one who can have secrets, you know.
What secrets?
Go on. Read it again.
But what's the point? Bin it.
Bernard, something beautiful to reflect the moments we've spent together. Your loving Kathy.
You see, I told you it was a wind-up.
Don't humour me, Luke.
Well, who on earth would fancy Dad?
Your loving Kathy Tate, that's who.
I thought this was for Kim.
Oh, can't give her a clapped-out wedding present, can I? I had to give it a test drive.
Definitely. And the verdict?
Beautiful. Runs like a dream. She looks better here than in the garage. I've had it totally restored, right down to the last detail. You know that this is Kim's first car.
Not the actual one.
The actual one. She's got an old photograph of herself draped over the bonnet.
How on earth did you track it down?
Perseverance. And having a good mate in the business. And more than just a few quid.
I bet.
Do you think she'll like it?
Like it, she'll love it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. They're lovely. Roses are my favourite. Something a bit special about them, isn't there? Could I have a word, Bernard?
Yes, of course. Come on in. Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks.
What's the matter? Darling, you shouldn't have.
I didn't. They were delivered.
Well, for me? Well, who'd send me flowers?
Read it.
What can I say?
Think of something, Bernard.
Good to see you again. Everything pass off okay?
I know Mum had been ill for a long time, but it was still a shock.
Bereavement is never easy, no matter how prepared we are.
You've been through it, haven't you? Thanks for running me to Scarborough.
Least I could do.
When it really hit me that she was never going to be there anymore, I felt really lonely. And just having somebody with me on that journey, well, it meant an awful lot. And it was very kind of you.
Steady on. It'll ruin my image.
I'd put Christmas right out of my mind.
Clown blacked out the whole village.
Well, he's trying.
Yeah, very. Go on, let's have a drink.
Oh, guess what Frank Tate's bought Kim as a wedding present?
I give up.
A restored MG midget.
Oh. Surprised at his taste.
Well, that's meant to be a surprise, so don't let it get back to Kim, will you?
Far be it from me to ruin the Tate's big day.
Anything else to drink?
No, thanks. I'm just grabbing a quick bite. I'm rather busy, not having an assistant.
Must be. Ned's a bit old-fashioned.
I think the money's right.
Oh, Alan. What do we owe you for those?
It's on me. They're my two very good friends.
Oh, cheers.
Thank you.
Caroline, I'm glad you popped in. I wanted to ask you... Actually, this might not be a very good time, but...
Oh, come on, Alan. Don't be so coy.
Well, no, I wanted to ask you if you'd accompany me to the wedding, but you may have made other arrangements.
Oh, Alan, thanks. I'd love to.
Good. Jan, can you cover for me then?
Oh, fine.
Are you sure you can manage on your own?
I just think so.
I'll come in as well. Oh, there's no need for that, Eric. No, I'm sure it'll be much more pleasant for Caroline if you accompany her. She's not had the best of weeks.
Oh, I'm all right.
It's been decided.
Well, that's very good of you, Eric. It's much appreciated.
Alan, can I have a quiet word?
I can show you the ropes now, old boy.
No. In private.
Right, well, why don't you go through?
You have to find out the causes. And that very often involves talking about very intimate areas in a patient's life.
Kathy's hardly been depressed when I've seen her. Quite the opposite, in fact. But of course, you've always been present. It was embarrassing at Seth and Betty's do.
But what am I expected to do? We live in the same village. I mean, she isn't just some faceless number in a hospital outpatients.
Well, that's pretty clear.
Look, I have told you everything that's happened, or indeed not happened. Am I not allowed to offer professional counselling to my patients?
Is that all there is to it? Professional counselling?
Yes.
Well, she doesn't seem to see it like that.
You really do have a lot of faith in me, don't you?
She's an attractive, vulnerable young woman.
All the more reason for not giving her the slightest encouragement.
Why haven't you talked about it?
And Harrod, you're starting to sound like the General Medical Council. You know that I very rarely discuss my patients with you. It's not a good idea in a small community like ours. We have to keep work separate from home.
It's hardly separate when a bouquet arrives at home with love.
That just shows how desperate she is.
Oh, well, am I expected to feel sorry for her now?
No, of course you're not. All right. Perhaps I am at fault. I mean, I've obviously not realised just to what extent she's built this up in her mind.
Perhaps you wanted to avoid it. No doubt it was flattering.
If I have avoided it, it's because I thought it was best to deal with it as a clinical problem. Now, she's not the first person who's fallen for a doctor's bedside manner.
And you're not the first doctor who's fallen for a patient. Just get it into her pretty mixed-up head that she's not going to sort out problems in her life by causing problems in ours.
Not so sure about working with Mr. Pollard.
Don't let people put you off him, Jan. He can be really helpful and generous. He took the trouble to take me all the way to... Eric?
Gotta go. See you later.
But what?
Mrs. Glover, be sure to be on time, won't you?
Get in.
What's going on, Alan?
Shouldn't think it would come as any surprise to you, you being so thick with our friend Eric.
All right, you don't have to tell me.
Oh, why not? The whole world will know soon enough. Eric is taking the wool pack from me.
By Christmas? Alan, you must have got it wrong.
Now, I know a lot of people think I'm a fool, Caroline, but...
Of course they don't.
No, but even I can comprehend when somebody points out to me that I'm in hock up to here. Not only does Eric own this place, virtually lock, stock and every barrel, he owns me.
Oh, he doesn't own you.
Not as good as.
How on earth has it got to this point?
Well, things just got on top of me.
So it wasn't all Eric's doing?
Well, when I asked him for help, no, when he offered his help, I didn't think it would come to this, him marching in here and saying that he was calling in my debt, that he would have to repossess the place. Repossess it? He didn't own it in the first place. The only thing he possessed were loan agreements signed by me with the wool pack as security.
What? I'm going to have to go and talk to him.
Oh, there's no point. Now, as he quite rightly says, I entered into these agreements freely.
I'm going to see him now. And Alan, feeling sorry for yourself won't change anything. And neither will that, will it?
Oh, you're a good friend.
So was Eric Pollard, I thought.
I'll get off then.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. I will make that call.
There's no point in hiding it from Luke. He took delivery of your bouquet.
Must run in the family. Animal magnetism. Being irresistible to women. I often wonder where I got it from.
Look, I don't intend talking about my patients with you, but I will tell you this. I'm going to go and see Kathy Tate, and I will remind her that I am just her doctor. That there's no relationship between us, never was and never will be.
Will you stop this infantile behaviour? There's been enough of it already.
He's absolutely devastated. And who wouldn't be if they're told they're going to lose everything and be out on the streets at Christmas?
Do you feel better now?
No, I don't. I want to know what's going on.
Well, Alan has obviously had his say, no doubt fueled by half a bottle, wallowing in self-pity.
Or maybe he's got good reason.
I don't suppose he told you he would have been out months ago if it wasn't for me. He might not have been on the street. He could have been in jail.
Oh, come on. Aren't you making things out to be just a little bit worse than they really are?
Am I? Defrauding customs and excise over his VAT, falsifying accounts, flagrant non-paying of bills. Shall I continue?
So why does he blame you, then?
I don't know. It's a cross I seem to have to bear. It's easier than blaming himself. And because I didn't go around trumpeting the fact that I was helping him, he seems to feel he can slander me.
He's not thinking straight, that's why. He's at the end of his rope, and it's not surprising, is it, if he's going to lose everything?
Caroline, contrary to popular belief, I am not Ebenezer Scrooge. I won't do anything until after Christmas. That'll give him a few days to sort himself out.
And then?
I can't keep on bailing him out. I'm already out on a limb financially. As much as I like Alan, I cannot risk the possibility of myself becoming bankrupt, now can I?
Of course not.
Ironically, even if I did, I doubt that he could resolve his situation. Frankly, he's in a hopeless mess.
What are you trying to do now, London? Fuse on and all?
I know you'd be happier with gas lamps, Yorkie.
Any lamps will do us, long as they work.
What's wrong with trying to cheer people up?
Since when has Leeds cheered people up? Look at your old stomping ground, it's full of Leeds.
Precisely. That's why you get your cheerful company.
How come you moved up here, then?
Good question.
Oh, come on!
Ha! There you are. How about that? I bet you feel cheerful now, don't you?
No. Do you, Seth?
No.
They're not half bad, though, are they?
Very nice. We don't want to get in a big ear, though, do we?
At least he's not going to do anything before Christmas.
I'm surprised he didn't come and tell me that himself. He seems to like handing out favours and then watching me grovel with gratitude.
Your finances are in a mess, though, aren't they, Alan?
I suppose he gave you the sort of report that would make a managing director proud.
How'd it go?
Well, you don't have anything to worry about, Jan. The new landlord is bound to need bar staff. I'll give you a good reference.
Eric Pollard's leaving all this till after Christmas.
Oh, that's something. You'll be all right with a few days to sort things out.
The last thing I need is ill-founded optimism. In my experience, things don't sort themselves out. They just get worse. Damn sight worse.
He leaves you to run the show while he's out there trying to overload the national grid.
Oh, it keeps him out of mischief.
What, blacking out half the village? I call that mischief.
Oh, and it's nothing to do with me. You know what they're like.
Hang on. What are you doing?
We're going out to play.
You just come in.
We're hungry.
You promised to clean your room before you went riding. Did you? Go on, upstairs.
Oh, it's not fair. Why have we got to?
Because Father Christmas won't come if you don't.
He will.
He won't, you know.
It's like Oxford Street out there.
Oh, are you going to the Tate's wedding, by the way?
We're in the same boat as you. Social lepers.
Oh, I think you must have got us mixed up with someone else, mustn't it, Seth? We're going to a wedding.
What? You've got an invite officially?
Very officially. Embossed card, gold printing.
Gordon Bennett.
Of course, not everyone can go.
But never mind. You can always sit outside there and look at them leaves. That'll cheer you up.
Come on, we better go and buy that rig out for you.
What are you getting? A new bit of string to hold up your trousers?
Don't fret, lad. I'll bring you a bit of cake back.
Things can never be cut and dried in the relationship between a doctor and a patient, especially when there are emotional problems.
Well, it's not just a question of dishing out pills, is it?
No, exactly, and it does get further complicated when they also happen to be neighbours.
I know. Seeing each other everywhere we go.
You do understand, don't you, how important it is to have a clear dividing line between doctor and patient. Well, sending me those flowers, especially with that message, that does blur the dividing line, to say the least.
I can see that now. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
You've helped me get through a difficult time, you know that. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there. I can see what's important now. I feel there's a point to everything. A future.
Good. And that is good, Cathy, because that is positive thinking.
And I think the future looks good. For both of us.
I mean, we couldn't say no to Sugden's when they invited us for Christmas. Then we've got the wedding.
We're supposed to be off to Otten to get me kitted out. By the time Betty's told everybody in Paris we're going to a wedding, they'll have gone away on their honeymoon.
Well, it's no use hiding your light under a bushel. Folk like to hear about these social goings-on.
It'll be in Hello Magazine next.
What's that, then?
You stick to Ferret Breeders' Gazette, sir.
Are you going to a wedding, then, Mr. Turner?
We're going together, Seth.
Oh, very nice. I suppose you'll be shutting pub up, then.
Me and Mr. Pollard are covering.
Eric Pollard? Oh, I'm glad we're off to a wedding.
You'd better get used to Eric Pollard playing mine host. It's going to be a permanent arrangement.
I know the flowers were stupid. Your wife was bound to see them. I think I might have wanted her to. She's going to know sooner or later. Everyone is. We can't keep hiding our true feelings. And why should we if we're in love?
Oh, Cathy. I don't want to hurt you. I mean, that is the last thing that I'd want.
I know that.
Cathy, I don't love you. I am simply your doctor, and you are just another patient. Now, I have tried, but I don't seem to make this clear to you.
What are you saying?
That there is nothing between us.
You know there is. Well, she's told you to say that.
Well, my wife is hardly thrilled with this situation.
I knew she
no.
had. I don't blame her. I knew she'd try and hold on to you. And I respect you for trying to protect her. If only Chris had been like you. You know, I think she'll come to terms with things when she realises how much we mean to each other.
Kathy. Kathy, now look, I do not love you, all right? I do not love you. I've never even thought of you like that. What do I do, Kathy? What do I do to make you understand this?
I know you don't mean it. I don't know why you're saying this. You love me.
I'm sorry, Kathy.
You can't give me so much, then take it all away. Why are you trying to destroy me?
Kathy, I'm not
I
trying
want to give you everything. My whole life. It means nothing without you.
Well, I had them this morning. I must have put them down somewhere.
What is it you're looking for?
Some earrings Mum left me. I really wanted to wear them today.
Do you mind if I get myself another drink, love?
No, of course not. Help yourself.
We should be leaving soon.
I know, but I really wanted to wear them.
I know I shouldn't be here. I've told the others to wait in the car.
I'm afraid you've caught me in a bit of a state.
A bit of a state? You're entitled on your wedding morning. No, I just called in to give you this.
Oh, thank you, Betty. It's a lovely thought.
Anybody else want a drink whilst I'm here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Betty. This is my Uncle Harry. He's giving me away.
I'm sorry, I'm too nervous to remember anybody's names.
Now, have you got something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue?
Oh, that's why I wanted to find the earrings. Something old.
Ah. Would this be it?
Oh, yes, great.
Sorry, love, I must have been sitting on it.
Something new.
Well, the dress, will that do?
Lovely. Something borrowed.
The tights.
I laddered mine putting them on. Zoe had a spare pair.
Jack's panicking.
Oh, this is far more important than that, Seth. Something blue.
I'm wearing blue socks. You can have one of these about your person.
Keep thinking.
She must be around here somewhere, Alice.
Car's still here, Daddy.
Kathy?
Auntie Kathy.
I'm in here, Nick. It won't be a minute.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired, that's all. Alice, you look lovely.
Why aren't you ready? We should be on our way.
I don't want to go, Nick.
Look, you've got to. You've got a right to be there. And Alice would be disappointed if you didn't go, wouldn't you?
Please come, Auntie Kathy.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I do know how to pull a pint, you know. There's no need to watch over me.
You can all learn something, Jan. Like when you take payment, smile. Ask them if they'd like some crisps, nuts, things like that.
I think they'll know that when they come to a bar. Oh, you little lovely. Thanks, Jan.
And so do you, Alan. Now, you two have a wonderful day, and you give the Tates all the very best from me, won't you?
See you later.
And don't worry about a thing. The whole pack is in very safe hands. Bye.
Bye.
You sure you want to go through with this? It's not too late to change your mind, you know. Anything you want to know about first nights, that sort of thing.
Chris, shut up. You have got the ring, I suppose.
Yes, and the payments and the speeches. Don't worry.
I just want everything to go okay.
It will, don't worry. Everything will go like a well-oiled machine.
All right, driver.
Okay. Yep.
You'd best come into the kitchen.
Are you all right?
I can't go through with it.
What?
I thought I'd be all right. But I've been awful since your Aunt Lily died. I thought this would buck me up. But I can't walk you down that aisle with all those people looking at us. I'm sorry, love. I really have let you down.
I'm the one who should apologise for neglecting you. Now, don't you worry about a thing. I want you to have a happy day as well. Seth, I need a favour.
I'm happy to help out, love.
I hope it wasn't a mistake buying that MG.
Why should it be a mistake? She'd be thrilled to bits to be given the first car she ever owned. Yeah, it's a great idea to have it restored. You can worry about a few things, but not that.
I just thought, suppose it starts reminding her of her youth, and she starts thinking about the age gap between us.
I can't believe this is you talking. You know, you're so positive about things.
I just want everything to go okay.
You all right?
I just feel odd. Like nothing's real. You won't leave me at all today, will you?
Of course I won't, Kathy.
There she is.
Yes, well, we knew she'd be here. Let's just hope she's got her head together.
I still think you could have handled the situation better, though. I mean, you must have sensed how vulnerable she was to the slightest intimation.
Anna, please. Don't you think I've been going over this in my mind continually? What I need now is your 100% support. She starts making allegations against me, it's going to be my word against hers.
You know what?
What?
The people with the most money are the ones who owe us the most for the papers.
How do you know how much money people have got?
Well, I've a fair idea that the McAllisters have got more in their nest egg than the Glovers have. Look, the doctor and the deputy head owe us over 60 quid. The Glovers, less than 6.
Have you got a down on the well-off today because we didn't get an invite?
Doesn't bother me not going to the wedding. Just wonder why we weren't invited, that's all.
So you're well bothered then?
I'm not! Was it me selling their poached pheasants, you think?
Well, Seth was there and he was the one doing all the poaching.
I'll explain later.
You look radiant.
Suppose Ma arrives back on Christmas Day and finds Betty cooking dinner for us. What'll she think?
I thought you said she didn't feel up to travelling.
Maybe not. I just wish they weren't coming, that's all.
How could we have enjoyed Christmas knowing there were 2 pensioners cramped up in a tiny coal caravan in full view of our kitchen window? It's hardly Christian, is it?
God is love, and those that live in love live in God, and God lives in them. We've come together in the presence of God to witness the marriage of Francis Ronald Tate and Kimberly Jane Barker, to ask his blessing upon them and to share in their joy. In marriage, husband and wife belong to one another, and they begin a new life together in the community.
I mean, you think that's bad? Look at the price of grain in comparison to last year. Unbelievable. Jan. Don't need the customers waiting. Sorry.
That's fine, thank you.
Right, is that it?
I see.
Everything all right?
check on the car?
This morning. I started it up like you are. Sounds great.
Thanks, Andy. You be good. Bernard, I just wanted to thank you for your present. It was really kind of you.
It was our pleasure, Frank. Congratulations.
Get away from my husband and stay away. Find another doctor. Do not contact him with flowers or anything else. And just remember, he's a married man and means nothing to you.
You don't understand.
Excuse me. What were you just saying to her?
Look, why don't we go to the reception and have a chat there?
I'm telling your daughter to stop chasing my husband. I don't know what she's up to, but it's got to stop. He has given her no encouragement, and if he won't be blunt about it, then I will.
Oh, and I suppose embracing her passionately isn't encouragement. And he can't deny it because I saw them.
I don't know why I've got this. I can't eat.
I shouldn't even be here.
Shouldn't you, Kathy? It's Chris that's brought this on. You're still Frank's daughter-in-law.
Nick's right. Just try and relax and enjoy it, love.
After what happened outside the cathedral, Mum.
That woman had no right to go on to you like that. And as for the doctor, he ought to have more sense when you're in such a vulnerable state.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say a few words. Today, I honour a great bride away. And I dare bet there's no man ever walked that aisle with a prettier young wench than I did. In fact, I could have been prouder if she'd have been my own daughter. And it's a rare occasion when Mr. Tate has to listen to me. So I'm going to take this opportunity of giving him a bit of advice.
Hey, think on now.
So there were these two bulls on top of an hill. One was an old bull, and other one out were a bit of a young youth of a bull. And down in valley, well, they herd of cows. So young bull says to old bull, let's run down there and make love to a cow. And wise old bull says to young bull, now lad, he says, we'll stroll down there and make love to a lot on them.
Jan, could you manage without me for half an hour or so?
Oh, cool.
I know it's been a long day. I'd like to get my head down before the evening rush.
You do that.
You see, at the end of the day, you can just walk away. I have to do the till, make sure it's all secure.
Go and rest.
And, put the fan on for a while, will you? And you need to get some wine up from the cellar. I spied an empty bottle in the chiller.
Yes, Mr. Pollard. Anything else?
No. That's all for now. No disturbance. Only for an emergency.
Oh, I wouldn't disturb him if the place was on fire. In fact, I'd lock him in so he wasn't disturbed.
Not the leader of the Eric Pollard fan club, then?
Anti-Pollard club, more like.
Well, we'll join you. What's he doing here?
Oh, I don't know what's going wrong. I just come in, do my job, pick up my wages and leave them to it. He certainly acts as though he owns the place, though.
Not to in perfect harmony, then.
Why do men always want to tell everybody what to do?
Well, somebody's got to, and men have got bigger brains, so they're more capable of organising things. There you have it.
Where did you get that from?
Simple scientific fact.
Simple being the word. Large brandy, please, Einstein.
Oh, and I better have half of it then, Jan.
Right.
All right, name me one woman inventor, painter, composer. No, you can't, can you? All left to the men for their superior brain power.
And this is coming from someone who thought Dame Edna Everage was really a woman.
You'll never let me forget that, will you? We only had a small telly at the time.
It's all right, Vic. We won't tell anybody. Just people we know and strangers.
Wasn't that funny, was it?
Didn't think it was. This is customer care. Mr. Pollard says I've got to do it to encourage you to spend. So, would you like any crisps or nuts?
No, thanks. And could you stop doing it, please? It's putting me off.
Gladly.
So you're not getting on too well with him, then?
Oh, that's an understatement. Talk about full of his own importance.
Bigger brains.
All right then, clever clogs. What is a rhombus?
Oh, for goodness sake, Vic, can't we just have a quiet drink?
A rhombus is a quadrilateral with all its sides equal.
I'd like to propose a toast to bride and groom. To Kim and Frank, long life and much happiness. The bride and groom.
The bride and groom. It's been a grand day. I'm ever so glad you invited us.
Our pleasure. You all right, Uncle Harry?
I am now. I'm sorry to have let you down.
Stop it. And get ready to dance with me after I've had the first with Frank.
I'll be delighted.
And save some energy to have a dance with me and all.
Kathy.
That's 3 dancers off trot.
I told you you'd be jealous.
I'm sorry about that, sir.
It's not on, Harry. You whet my appetite by telling me you once met Sir Geoffrey Boycott, and then you let your son get dragged onto the dance floor.
What do I have to get?
20.
Well, you're out.
Well, don't say it with so much enthusiasm.
This game's called Killer. That's the way I play it, wife or no wife. This is better to be that some toffs do, all decked out in suits and ties, isn't it?
At least we can have a pint without having to sit through a lot of boring old speeches.
All wedding rejects together, eh?
So, what's this surprise then?
I'd rather show you than tell you. And I want to do it soon.
So, do I.
Yes! That'll be £1 apiece then, please.
What are you talking about? I've got to have a go yet.
No, he's right, Vic, he's won. You're not going to renege on a bet now, are you?
I've been mugged.
You're going to have to pay for me. I forgot my purse.
I've been mugged twice.
And it's your round. Bet nobody's paying for drinks at the wedding reception.
Lucky blighters. Right, I'll have the same again, please, Jan.
Right.
What's happened to Eric Pollard? Do you think his gate crashed the wedding or what?
Well, he's got more front than Scarborough Prom, but I don't think even he'd have the nerve for that. No, would have fallen asleep. And I am not missing him one little bit.
Here they are.
And if you don't treat her right, you've got to answer to me.
Harry.
I feel responsible for her after today.
Don't you worry, Dad.
Thanks, Uncle Harry.
Thank you. What about me?
Seth, you were terrific today. Thank you.
Oh, a pleasure, love, a pleasure.
Look after him, won't you?
Of course I will. This time, before you say it.
I wasn't going to.
There they go.
Have you got a thing about rhombuses or something? What are you on about? You're not with it, are you, Dave?
Jan. I'm so sorry. I was well aware. Just woken up. What can I say?
Oh, it's all right. No, I've not exactly been rushed off my feet.
Well, even so, I hated to think I was shirking my responsibilities deliberately, eh? Would you like to take a break? Ease my guilty.
I'm fine, honestly.
Let me buy you a drink, then, eh? In fact, let me buy you all a drink and we can toast the happy couple.
I'm not sure I want to.
Oh, don't be so childish, Vic. I'll have a large brandy, please, Eric.
Right. Coming up.
All right, then I'll have a pint as well.
Frank. So where are you taking me?
You'll find out soon. We're nearly there.
Ah.
Well, I think this is very gracious of us, considering we weren't invited to the shindig.
Yes. And by toasting their health, we're showing that we can rise above any petty sulks, eh? So, let's raise our glasses. To Kim and Frank.
Kim and Frank.
May they get all they deserve.